Good morning, Collective and Soul Tribe. Happy Friday, aka Freedom Friday, aka Friday. All right, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. Okay, we made it, guys. We made it to the end. We finally did it. Okay, so pat yourselves on the back, guys, okay? Because for some of you guys could have had an amazing week, and some of you guys could have had a very interesting week. So there's a reason why I always say, be celebratory about making it to the end of this week, only because you just don't know what everybody's going through, whether this is like mentally, physically, okay? But yeah. All right. So happy Friday, you guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I hope you guys are getting ready for the weekend. And, if you work on the weekend, then, I hope you guys are getting prepared, for your work day for tomorrow. But anyways, I'm going to get started, guys. Let's see what messages you guys might need to know in general for today. As you guys know, I will be using the Oracle and Tarot decks that I do for most of my readings. So let's jump into it, okay, guys? I'm going to pause the video though because I need to take off my heated blanket. I have my heated blanket on my feet because I don't want a space heater because that's just too much heat. I would just prefer to wrap my feet in the blanket. And so now I'm hot, so I need to take it off. So I'll be right back, okay, guys? Okay, guys, so let's get started. The time is now 9:08 a.m. Today's January 30th, okay? So let's see what messages you guys might need to know for today, okay? So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective at this time for January 30th? Can you please give them the clarity and understanding that they need to know at this time whenever they see this video? Even if it doesn't resonate with the collective and soul tribe, please allow them to take away some knowledge and information that can benefit them in their future in case they need this information if something was to arise. Okay, so please protect the collective at this time, please. So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective for January 30th? What do they need to know for January 30th, please? Oh, okay. So for some of you guys, it kind of came out sideways like this. Okay, so for some of you guys that resonate with this, right? There's something about self-protection. This is about peace, resting, okay? Being in your sanctuary could be very significant as well. Also, when it comes to like you resting and recharging for a brighter future could be very significant. So for some of you guys, when it comes to, love, you guys could be resting or recovering, okay? Whether this is like romantic or platonic, okay? And even if it is business too, like what you love to do, right? But then also if it's career, some of you guys could be contemplating about starting something new, okay? Now, if this is about career as well and starting something new alone, some of you guys could be, kind of going back and forth in your mind about wanting to work alone, or there's something about solitude that's very significant. So whatever this energy is that you guys could be feeling when it comes to resting and recovery, you guys could have took a break from, all the hustle and bustle of life so that you can recharge yourself. Now, this doesn't even have to be about like vacation, okay? For some of you guys, this could be like, I don't know, for example, say you go to your job, right? You go to work, and for some reason you're just not feeling it, okay? Like you go to your job, you go to work, you start your day, you do what you need to do, and then all of a sudden you just feel like, I don't want to be here right now. So you just take a half day or you take a day off or whatever the case is to get your mind, back in order or to recharge, okay? And for some of you guys, that could be very significant. So again, Jupiter in Libra could be very significant when it comes to like expansions. Now, this can go both ways, okay? We're talking about expansions in a sense of, either expanding your mind. Okay, there is also something about, yeah guys, sorry about that, there's something about when it comes to you guys expanding your mind. Okay, because Jupiter talks about expansion. Yeah, you guys are going through like expansion when it comes to the mind, or even when it comes to prosperity. Okay, so again, for some of you guys could be either expanding into balance, okay, or there's something about you getting justice for what it is that you guys are trying to expand, whether this is you expanding your mind, learning new things, expanding your business, expanding yourself, okay, meaning you're putting yourself out there more, right? And that could be different for everybody. Not everybody will resonate with that, okay? The number 4 talks about stability. So for some of you guys could be grounded and disciplined at this time when it comes to building long-term foundations, okay? Whatever these foundations that you guys are building, there's something about you wanting to make a choice. So this could be about you going online or looking at your chart and trying to figure out what work, you know, is best for you. Like, even if you were to do a side job, what type of 9 to 5 job would actually benefit you if you had to do that in order to survive? Okay, because again, the whole point of this is that it's a matrix, right? So in order for us to survive, in order for us to get money, we need to work, right? It's just the hard truth, right? We have to be practical. We have to be, you know, understanding in that sense. So what is it that we're doing right now at this time that fulfills us, so that when we step into what we're building for long term, once we build that and we know that it's completed, then we know we're going to be fulfilled karmically, right? So Spirit, what else does the collective need to know when it comes to this energy for 4 of Swords? What do they need to know at this time? And also angel number 911 is very significant, right? So there's something about whatever it is that you're doing, it's inevitable, okay? It's going to happen, meaning that if you were meant to do a certain role or task based on what the divine has asked you to do, or the contract that you signed before you came here, there's something about you moving forward in that energy. So there's something about Ace of Wands. This is about a new idea, creation, okay? Something to do with you guys getting a new spark of ideas, passion, okay? So again, ambition, creativity. There's something about a financial opportunity showing up for you guys, okay? Ace of Wands talks about new beginnings, okay? New opportunities. So even when it comes to yourself, right? You guys are stepping into independence and also your own individuality. This is the momentum that is picking up at this time when it comes to new beginnings, and even when it comes to first impressions, right? And how you view the world. So again, take what resonates with that. This is about, you know, individuality, being a self-starter, okay? Some of you guys, this is about partnerships, okay? Stepping into, you know, new harmonious connections. And a lot of you guys could be also seeing angel number like 1212 or like 212 or 1122 or 2211, depending on like if you have army time. So again, when it comes to you having independence, you being a self-starter, you manifesting, being a pioneer is also significant. There's something about your energy where you have a lot of courage in order to start something brand new, whether this is you moving out on your own, okay, whether this is you moving forward in your goals and dreams, meaning career, finances, whatever it is that you guys have fixated on. It's showing up in the energy, especially with the momentum coming up with the full moon, okay? So yeah, Queen of Pentacles energy, okay? For some of you guys are very nurturing. Now, when it comes to business and success, you guys are moving into this financial gain, okay? Now, this financial gain that you guys are into, and like I said, when it comes to being practical, you guys are understanding that maybe you guys are very nurturing, you guys are practical, you guys are sensible, and when it comes to luxurious things in life, you deserve those things, okay? So for some of you guys are grounded at this time in order to nurture and provide for yourself, but not only just yourself, other people as well, okay? This is talking about abundance, okay? For some of you guys are a natural caregiver, and you value stability, and you value comfort, okay? Even when it comes to those around you in your energy or in your care, okay? There's something about the way that you you talk, the way that you carry yourself, your energy. Okay, someone may have Virgo placements in their chart as well. Also, for some of you guys, there's something about Jupiter in Virgo and Libra that could be very significant for some of you. Even if you are not a Virgo, there's something about the balancing of the energy when it comes to the Leo and Virgo moon showing up in this energy as well, for February 1st to 3rd. Okay, so you guys are moving into financial security, okay, and stability. That could be something that you guys were worried about when it comes to, you trying to move forward, okay? And also protecting yourself in a sense where you know what you don't want. And it's almost like if you were in an energy where you were working in a fast-paced environment, not to say that, wellness places or clinics or hospitals are not fast-paced, but there is something about learning more about, being able to sit down with compassion and love and understanding that you don't need to go to school to do coaching, okay? You can take up a small course or get a certificate or whatever the case is. And the reason why I say that is not everybody wants to go back to school and sit down and be in a class and, feel stagnant in that sense. There's a lot of people who learn differently. And unfortunately, some colleges and universities, they don't support people who think the way we think as a collective, okay? So, and in a sense, you guys could be going to school too. Nothing is wrong with that. But what I'm saying is not everybody's built the same. So if you are someone who likes to learn, but on your own terms, it's not to say that you're not smart. You're smart, but you like to learn on your own terms. And when you do learn on your own terms, you get so much done. Okay, not everybody may understand you guys. So some of you guys could be, I think it's neurodivergent. Yeah, neurodivergency is very significant. Some of you guys could be like that. And there's also something about your near success. So if you guys were worried about your rewards or, you getting your accolades or things to do with you, with leadership and also confidence, Spirit is saying to move forward. Jupiter and Leo, okay? When you expand yourself, be in that playful leadership, inner child type of energy. Tap into that, because that's what's bringing you success. For some of you guys, that is what your authentic self wants. Sometimes our authentic selves wants us to be in our inner child. Yeah, we can all be adults, young adults too. Some of you guys could be teenagers watching these videos, okay? But at the same time, we can all be, doesn't matter if you're a teenager, a young adult, an adult, a senior, it doesn't matter. You know how many times I've seen people who are like in their late 60s, okay, doing fun, cool things, okay, either by themselves or they're dressing up cool or they have tattoos or and I look at people like that and I'm like, man, you must have had a lot of fun when you were young. Like, you look like you were very carefree. You enjoyed your life. Okay, you seem like a really good person. I like people like that because it doesn't matter. Okay, basically those kind of people do what makes them happy. So when you look at people who are born in, like, I don't know, the 70s or the 80s, okay, especially the 80s too, some of you guys are millennials, okay, and there's this energy of, it is what it is, okay? But even though it is what it is, you're still human, okay? There's certain things that, we do and say, but deep down inside, as much as we do and say these things, it's okay to talk about it even with your own selves, okay? But again, you guys could be getting recognition. You guys could be getting into success. At the bottom of the deck, we have Page of Swords, okay? Communication is very significant. Number 11 is talking about intuition, awakening, divine alignment. Okay, some of you guys could have went through a spiritual awakening, and for some of you guys, this is going to be your success. Okay, some of you guys may not see it like that, but that is the case, okay? Especially when it comes to like creative sparks and, initiative, being, enthusiastic when it comes to this new energy, okay? And also energy is very significant. So again, if you guys are preparing for the full moon that could be coming up in the next few days, there's something about you guys preparing for this new energy to come. Yeah, curiosity. Okay. So yeah, Page of Swords energy. Some of you guys could have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements. Now, for some of you guys, this is about communication. Maybe you guys are curious when it comes to learning, even when it comes to being alert, okay, and mentally agile. There's something about you when it comes to your energy, how you communicate or how adaptable you are. Okay. So you guys could be embracing, your unique perspectives when it comes to life, okay, when it comes to growth, when it comes to just in general, okay. For some of you guys that are curious, you guys are in alignment, okay. So when it comes to personal growth and, stepping into that new energy or new abundance or this passion that you guys have, you guys are in alignment, okay. And it may not seem like that sometimes, but you guys are. Yeah, the process. Okay, you guys are going through some type of process, okay, when it comes to this energy. So take what resonates with that. That could be confirmation. And also the whisper. So there's something about you guys listening to your intuition, okay, or listening to, even if it's a mentor, okay, someone who has higher, I want to say higher intellection when it comes to, spirituality and things of that matter, whether this is your highest self or whether this is someone else like a mentor or a teacher or something, okay, or a spiritual guide, okay. There's something about you guys listening to your intuition more and trusting in your intuition as well, okay. Difficulties are at the bottom of the deck, okay, when it comes to the unknown. So some of you guys could be going through certain difficulties when it comes to like the unknown, okay, but you guys are also still being inspired to create, okay, because it's almost like you don't know where you guys are going on your journey, and I think that's the whole point of the journey, is not to know, okay, because if you were to know everything, you wouldn't be able to explore life the way that you should, okay. So having the freedom to explore life, to enjoy life, to go through life, could resonate differently for everybody when it comes to experiences. Sometimes we go through certain things, unfortunately, and it's cliche to say because it's true, okay. I mean, even as someone who started their journey way before I even knew what, spirituality was, I just knew that I thought differently, okay. But even that, when I look back and I see certain patterns or certain things, I think to myself, if I knew what I knew, I wouldn't have gone through certain doors because I knew what would have happened, right? And sometimes you go through certain experiences in life because unfortunately you have to experience those things so that you can be a guide or a teacher or an ancestor or something to somebody else in your energy. As much as we don't want to go through certain trials and tribulations and challenges, sometimes we go through it so that we can have a lot of wisdom, okay? Or we learn that lesson, or, we learned the lesson and gained wisdom again so that we can teach the younger generation as well. Yeah, so we have sadness, okay, and fear, right? So not sure who this energy is, but there's something about your emotions. Maybe you were sad. Maybe there's something that, you thought about, right? But when it comes to emotions, there's something about sadness and fear, okay? Some of you guys could be very worried about what's to come. Like I said, when it comes to the unknown and difficulties, okay, someone could be sad in your energy because they could be curious about your energy, but maybe you guys are protecting yourself at this time, okay? There is something about fear as well. Okay, so when it comes to like you guys facing your fears, that could be the process that you guys are going through at this time. Okay, so let's see what else shows up. Yeah, disruption. So you guys could feel like there's a lot of disruptions in your energy, okay? For some of you guys who are in this energy too when it comes to disruptions, that could be something that you guys could be worried about when it comes to fear. Now, this sadness that you guys could be going through, there is a fear too when it comes to opening up to other people, or there's a fear maybe to listening to yourself, okay, where you guys could be dealing with a lot of people in your energy too. But at the same time, when it comes to sadness, this could be your emotions too, okay, or this could be someone else's when it comes to maybe they're sad because you're protecting yourself, okay, maybe they're sad because you want peace, you want quiet, you want, to be able to be in a sanctuary that, is resting, okay? It's rejuvenating, okay? But for some of you guys, when it comes to your creativity, when it comes to, your spark, there's something about being disrupted at this time, or fear. Okay, fear could be disrupting you as well. Okay. Like your fear could be disrupting, you know, your peace, or your fear could be disrupting, you know, your growth, okay, for some of you. But this could be just a feeling that you guys are trying to release as well. Because like I said, with the full moon going in Leo and Virgo, there is going to be this energy of fire, okay? And what does fire do? It burns through things, okay? And some of you guys will be learning to be able to burn through obstacles, through challenges that before you were thinking to yourself, I don't know if I can do this. I don't think this is going to work. I don't know. Okay. So fear is just an illusion. Okay. Yeah, success, okay? So the same thing I was saying to you guys, fear is just an illusion. You guys are needing to listen to your intuition. Maybe some of you guys may suffer from anxiety, okay? But even if you do, there's something about having faith in the situation and hunger, okay? So yeah, there's something about hunger and drive and determination. But whatever sadness this is, again, this may not be your energy. And even if it is your energy, there's something about looking at the past, okay, when it comes to, you know, you reflecting on certain things and you being able to move forward now. Okay, I'll just take that. Home at the bottom of the deck, okay. Yeah, so there's something about a new life. Okay, so yeah, this is what the energy is. There's something about fear and sadness when it comes to someone's stability. Now, this may not be you. Like I was saying, this is not your energy. Something to do with you guys going into a new life or starting a new life. 4 is about stability, but also when it comes to parents and guardians, or even when it comes to like your roots, tapping into your roots or building your own inheritance. There's something about your emotions that are very significant when it comes to a foundation. Either this is a mother, a child, or even when it comes to women. Okay, feminine energy is very significant, but there is something about sadness that is very significant. Someone could be very sad in your energy. Like I was saying, when it comes to you having abundance and moving forward, someone could be very sad about you moving forward. Okay, there could be some type of fear if you move forward. It's because of the disruptions and all the distractions and things like that that were happening in your energy. There is a sense of moving forward and the fear of if you do, you're never coming back. Okay, for the collective. Not sure who this is, but when I saw home and the number 1010 is also significant, there's something about matters of a home and you creating your own life, a new life. And even if this is about moving, business, whatever the case is, there's success behind it, okay? Yeah, we have lucky and then we have air. So communication is also very significant for this message as well. Like I said, you guys could be dealing with someone when it comes to communication, or you guys could be dealing with somebody when it comes to, you know, when it comes to your luck, okay? I'm not trying to say that air signs are bad, because everybody has good and bad, you know, zodiac placements, okay? But there's something about maybe a living situation where if it is dealing with a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius, and us being in Aquarius season, there's something about communication, or there's something about you being more adaptable when it comes to leaving a situation. And that's something about you that you're growing, but someone else could be sad because they know that if you leave, you're taking your energy with you. Something to do with the sun is very significant. I knew that was going to happen. Something about the sun is very significant for some of you when it comes to this energy. Like maybe you may have Leo placements, but for some reason, like all fire placements could be very significant when it comes to dealing with other people, especially when it comes to dealing with people who, you know, made your journey very difficult for no reason. And that is why you guys are moving forward, okay? Yeah, perfect timing. So this could be something like new that you're doing, or a new home, okay? Especially with home at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, this is a yes. This is a yes, guys. Success at the bottom of the deck. And what did I say here? Success. Double confirmation for you guys, okay? So, yeah, there's something about you guys moving forward into your own success, okay? And, you know, you're not going to let anybody stop you to move forward as well, Okay, so we have here initials R, okay, another R, okay, for confirmation, initials G, and then we also have initials Q, okay? So take what resonates with that. Okay, keys are very significant, and like I said, I did mention to you guys that we have home at the bottom of the deck, okay? And then we also have death. So you guys are going through some type of transformation. It's giving 8th house placements, especially if you guys have Pluto in the 8th house, which is a generational placement. There's something about us going through a lot of changes, a lot of growth. And also when it comes to like the veil thinning, seeing through people's illusions and, you know, things like that. And with Neptune coming out of Pisces, okay, or Pisces, you know, dreamingly leaving Neptune, okay, even though that's its main sign, there is something also about illusions and breaking those illusions as well. So this dreamy type of energy that, you know, we were all in, now when it's in Aries, is something about go, 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 taking action, okay? Starfish are very significant too, okay? Something to do with you being the star or taking action, like I said. And 4-leaf clovers are very significant, the color black. When I see this, I think of protection, okay? So even if you do have fear of, you know, moving forward in your own success, whether this is by yourself or even if you are in a relationship, say you guys are in a relationship with someone else, and say you guys want to move, maybe that person is having a lot of fear when it comes to moving because of their own, you know, burdens or baggages, right? And maybe you, whatever burdens or baggages you have, you really don't care. And it's almost giving Aries energy, because it's not like Aries doesn't care, but it's almost this energy of, look, I'm going to do this. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I'll figure it out. Okay. And, you know, some people may look at it and think, oh, Aries is very impulsive. And I get it because I'm an Aries moon. Okay. But my Taurus Mars, it stops me from a lot of things. Okay. Which it could be good and bad. So there is something about grounding yourselves before, you know, taking that leap of action. But throughout this whole entire, you know, winter solstice, you guys have been thinking and planning. And right now you guys are getting confirmation that right now, whoever this message is for, it is the perfect timing to take that leap of faith. Okay, so I'm going to end it here, guys. Please take what resonates with you whenever you see it. And again, thank you for the love and the support that you guys have been giving and sharing to me. I appreciate it. And you guys can follow me on YouTube and TikTok. I post on both of my platforms there. And my website, if you guys want to check out my blogs that I post about the full moon and I just started doing crystals too. So I will be doing more crystals, you know, later on. And you know, throughout the whole year, exactly, for, you know, for this year too. But not only that, I'm going to be start to doing these, I guess, blog posts when it comes to, you know, body, right? So when it comes to the human body, the different diseases and things like that, when it comes to the zodiac placements, not to say that, like, you know, when it comes to illness, you know, but this is also talking about wellness, right? When it comes to the body, mind, and soul. So I kind of want to go a little more deeper into that, because even though I like being healthy and being clean, your girl does not like to sweat like that. Like I like to work out, but I don't like sweating like that. So things like yoga could be very significant to people who are like similar like me, who, you know, you enjoy working out, you enjoy going to the gym, but it's not like you're trying to win, like, you know, a marathon or something. You're just trying to be healthy. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to end it here, guys. Thank you again for the love and the support. Happy Friday. And again, love is the highest frequency. So again, thank you guys. I love you guys. And I'll see you guys next time. All right, guys. Bye.